Hello, BA 2020, and welcome to week 6. It's exciting that we only have 2 weeks left in this semester. So looking back at week 5, we began the week with 661.25 points. After the activities, we are now at 758.75. Again, that's 758.75 points that we are right now. So measure your points in Blackboard against this total to see where you currently stand. Again, as always, if you have started the activities for week 6, you want to deduct those points from your total points so you have an accurate measure of what your grade is. Looking at the chapters for this week, we have chapters 16 and 17. So 16 looks at our financial system, which is a great precursor to learning about finance. So it looks at the banking system. One of the most important things is how do banks make money? So one of the requirements from the Federal Reserve, which you're going to read about, is the reserve requirement that tells a bank how much money of its deposits that it has to have on hand at all times. So no, they do not have to have 100% of the money that you deposit there available at all times. So in this particular example, we see a person deposits $100. The reserve requirement here is 10%, so they have to hold $10. But what do they do with the other 90%? Well, they lend that money out to someone else so they can make money off of your money. So this is one of the main ways that banks make money. Again, looking at the Federal Reserve System, the U.S. is divided into 12 different banks that service the entire U.S. And so the state of Michigan reports to the nearest one is Chicago. We do have a branch. So there's a difference between the Federal Reserve Bank. There's only 12 of those, but there's multiple branches. And we actually have a branch right here in the city of Detroit, not too far from campus. Actually, is on East Warren, just east of I-75. You'll definitely notice the building because it's very secure. It's surrounded by a brick wall. And then the entry, there's one main entry system, and there's 2 forms of security. In addition to the armed guard that's there, they have the gates that open and close, but they also have pillars that come out of the ground to prevent people from unlawfully entering the facility. So really interesting to see. You know, if you ever get bored, just take a drive down there and you'll see it. But for my finance majors, let's look at Chapter 17 is all about finance. When you think about finance, you have 2 main routes that you can go. That can be a corporate route or a personal route. If you're going to be a corporate financial manager, you're managing the money of a company. If you're a personal financial manager or wealth manager, you're managing the individual's portfolio or their money. You're trying to help them make money. Key thing to keep in mind with investment is that every investment takes risk. Every single investment, no matter how small or how large it is, there is risk with every investment. So you always want to keep that in mind. One important piece from this chapter is the rule of 72. So the number of years needed to double your money by dividing the annual interest rate into 72, but also working backwards, right? How much interest you must get if you want to double your money in a certain number of years. So you're going to divide 72 by that number of years, and it's going to tell you what the interest rate you're going to need in order to make that come to fruition. Just a chart here showing if you took $10,000 and invested it at the several different interest rates, and over time, of course, the longer you leave your money there and the higher interest rate, the more money you're going to earn. And that's the reason why you see when banks offering you deals as far as making deposits as for a certificate of deposit or a mutual fund or some other type of investment, the longer you leave your money there, the more you deposit, the better interest rate that they're going to give you, because they want to hold on to that money longer so they can do more with it. So again, Chapter 17 talks all about finance. You're talking about stocks, different investment options. Diversifying your portfolio is something you're going to read about. Just not putting all of your money into one place, right? Keeping a wide variety of investments so that you can protect your investments as best as possible. So that's our chapters for this week, chapter 16 and 17. Just looking ahead, one thing to note is that today, August 1st, is the last day to withdraw. Please keep in mind that I do not give extra points or assignments at the end of the semester. I will be looking at your total points in Blackboard using a scale on your syllabus to determine what your grade is. So if things are not looking well for you and you are not doing as well as you would like, make that decision on whether you want to withdraw or stay in. Of course, I would love to help you understand or talk through this decision with you, but I understand your decision. You definitely don't want to take a failing grade on your transcript if you can avoid it. So make sure you're looking at your grades, keeping up with it so you can make the best decision for you. Have an amazing week.